Please let me know when we have to start.
So we can start.
Okay. Good morning, viewers. Hope you are all healthy and cheerful. This is what wellness means. Being healthy alone is not wellness. The wellness is complete well-being, that is physical, mental, and psychological well-being. Only then you can be cheerful. Although today's discussion will be a general discussion on diet, but focus will be on seniors. And when we talk about seniors, it is not the numerical age, but the biological and psychological age. So that's what we'll be referring to. We often start the diet plans with calories, metabolism, and BMR. Here we'll add a few more aspects to this because we have to take an integrated approach towards the wellness, and that too of the seniors. Before proceeding further, let's understand the meanings of a few terms which we'll be using. Diet is often mistaken. Diet means whatever we intake, food, water, and breath, all this is our diet. And understanding diet needs understanding of the person who is the object of the study. And this person has peculiarities because every individual is different. And when we talk about the body, we are not only concerned with the physical body. महर्षि चरक ने बताया है कि एक पंचभूत शरीर है. ये 5 प्राकृतिक तत्वों से बना है: पृथ्वी, जल, वायु, अग्नि और आकाश. और जिस तरह से शरीर इन तत्वों से बना हुआ है, उसी तरह से प्रकृति में भी ये सभी तत्व विद्यमान हैं. So when we talk about the body, it is the complete body. All the levels of our existence. So that's what we'll be referring to. This dieting plan is not for weight loss. It is not for making you slim, but it is mainly focused on keeping you energized. So the objectives or the goals of our study are to give you a balanced diet which has all the nutrients like vitamins, minerals, carbs, lean proteins, calcium, electrolytes, and antioxidants, which are very important for seniors. And the diet depends on certain aspects, which are your present medical condition, age, sex, weight, whether you are veg or non-veg, what's your lifestyle or job, what is the local availability of fruits and vegetables, what's your social life like, do you eat out often, do you attend parties, do you consume alcohol. Now, we have to take an integrated approach because multiple interacting systems are there in our body. To understand the anatomy, we would like to know what systems are there and how they work and what all nutrients they require. We have cardiovascular system, also known as circulatory system, digestive system, respiratory system, skeletal system, nervous system, excretory system, muscular system, lymphatic, endocrine system, and reproductive system. So,
वापस यहीं
as a
जाता है भाई.
student of marketing, I we in fact, before selling a product, we start from market research, know your customer, and at the end, we try to know the effectiveness of our plan. So even in dieting, we'll do that. So first of all, what we want to know, what's it that a person wants to eat? You see, most of the diet plans fail because they are not palatable, interesting, they have monotony, and then they are very restrictive also. And second thing is that seniors have their own medical conditions. See, at this age, we all have any one of these problems known as hypertension, diabetes, thyroid, cholesterol, that is lipid profile, prostate, joint pain, cramps, constipation or irritable bowel syndrome, insomnia or obstructive sleep disease, dullness, depression, anxiety, and mood swings. See, at this age, not only the degeneration starts, but also the hormonal changes take place. So the diet has to take into account all these factors, and we must first start from the excretion. And why? Because I have studied naturopathy. Besides the human anatomy and the effect of various medicines on the body, I've also seen, I have also learned about the detoxification of the body. Now, our objective will be to decrease the number of medicines that we take without adversely affecting the health, and to replace them by natural food, herbs, and various ingredients which automatically heal, which improve our immunity. That will direct us to health and wellness. Now, how to improve the process of excretion from the body? See, most of the diseases, as per naturopathy, take place because of the accumulation of toxins in the body. So we have two things to do. One is to stop further accumulation of toxins in the body, and to excrete as much as possible the deposits of toxins in the body which cause diseases. We know there are many outlets in our body from which we excrete. Perspiration is again very important. And when we breathe out, then also we can breathe out a lot of toxins. So when we breathe in oxygen, breathe in wellness. When you breathe out the carbon dioxide and the toxins. Consciously breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in wellness, breathe out toxins. This will improve your health. Now, we have seen what all we need. The nutrients that we require are vitamins, minerals, carbs, protein, antioxidants. Should they be taken as a supplement? Yes, maybe. See, whatever we are discussing today, or we are learning from the interaction, we must have it examined from our physician and dietitian, because we will see what effect they will have on our total medical prescription. There are certain things which you cannot stop. Like if you're taking a blood thinning medicine, you cannot stop it. If you're taking a medicine for thyroid, you cannot stop it abruptly. Slowly, it can be done. Similarly, for diabetes, also. Our objective is to stimulate and improve metabolism. In simple words, metabolism means converting food into energy. Now, activity is important for improving metabolism, but the basal metabolism also require calories. It burns calories even when we are sleeping because we are breathing, our digestion process also goes on. And at that time, repairing and rebuilding of our body takes place, which requires calories. See, the average requirement of a senior over the age of 50 is ranges between 2000 to 2400 calories per day. And the diet has to be so balanced that the total of calories should not exceed 2000 or 2400. Yet you should be able to have all the nutrients from that food which you are taking. Now, in this um, selection of food, we will prefer those items which give more than one element. That is, milk, I mean, light dairy products. They have protein, calcium, and many other nutrients. Such things have to be added where you have multiple benefits. Now, in our diet, there are two types of foods primarily. One is acidic, another is fibrous. You all know that a lot of acid is produced in our liver. The moment we eat something, the hydrochloric acid activates.
अच्छा बोल रहा है सुनो.
Hello? Yeah, there was some interruption. So, and then it breaks down the food. This breaking down of the food is known as metabolism. And when the food is broken down, the various nutrients are absorbed. The fibrous material can be of two types. One is soluble, one is insoluble. But either of them is not digestible. No fiber can be digested. It only forms a part of stool and it's excreted from the body. But it has a very important function of improving motility. See, this is one thing where seniors have a serious problem. Their metabolic rate is slow as well as the mortality is also low. So what happens? The food which is digested remains in the small intestine and colon for a longer period than required. And any accumulation of undigested food in intestines will cause overgrowth of bacteria. And that will be a reason for many diseases. So the stool should move freely. And as I said, our focus is on excretion. The more you excrete from your body, that is, the movement of bowel should be regular. You should urinate often, and you should do some exercises, breathing exercises, which we'll talk about later, which will also help in excretion of toxins. So to understand the process of digestion is very important. What we are eating and how we are eating, these two things have to be understood. See, I'm covering most of the points which are not otherwise covered in the books or by the dietitians or by the physicians. So what you eat and how you eat and what happens to what you eat is important. When we eat something, we chew it. Oral health is very important. Most of the seniors have problems. Either their teeth are missing, or they have gum problem, or some other problem. So when we eat, the place should be clean, hygienic. Our mood should be good. We should be happy. We should not be in any hurry. We should respect our food. We should take it as a sacred thing which is going to give you nutrition. So important. And what we do is we hastily take it, or when we are in the party, we are standing, we are chatting, we are laughing and having food. So very bad. So when you are eating, concentrate on eating. You should not talk, you should not laugh. You should have full concentration on chewing, enjoying your food, and see how it goes down your esophagus. See, the most important thing is chewing the food. And when you chew the food, the saliva adds into the bite which you are chewing. It will have lipase in it. So when it goes down, it will be easier for the intestines to digest it. जो काम दांत नहीं करेंगे वो आंतों को करना पड़ेगा. So why not enjoy your food, chew it, and don't take your second bite unless you have chewed and gulped the first bite. Eat slowly, but not very slowly also. It should be a regular. So what will happen is that you will not only enjoy your food, but you will get the signal in time. What happens is that when the stomach is full, still it takes time for the mind to take that signal that it is full and it should stop you from eating. And if you eat very fast without noticing the signal, you will overeat and end up with flatulence, gas, indigestion, things like that. So when you eat slowly, you are helping digestion. The food reaches the stomach where hydrochloric acid is added to the food, it breaks down, and a lot of churning takes place. After that, it goes to it is added with several other enzymes and chemicals which are good for digestion and which will further enhance the absorption of food in intestines and colon. See, what happens is that most seniors have this chronic problem of constipation where the food stays longer than what it should be in the intestines and colon. And this gets deposited on the walls of the intestines, which slows down the process of absorption. And खाया पिया शरीर को लगेगा नहीं तो फायदा क्या है? तो हम कुछ भी डाइट खा लें, but it should be absorbed properly by the body, and all the nutrients should be absorbed properly. So the fiber content plays a vital role here. The fats, carbs, protein, everything that we eat is mostly digested and absorbed. And then the residual part is moved through duodenum to the intestines. The intestines also digest the food because there is a process of movement there, which is called motility. So food keeps on moving and it's a long path, mind it, it's a very long path. But the movement should be fast enough to give you a free and flowing bowel movement, which is very important. The food is transferred to the colon where the water content is absorbed by the body. And the proper viscosity or thickness is available for excretion. This is important in keeping the body hydrated. See, most of the seniors have the problem of dehydration. And the most serious part of it is that they are not aware. See, that's why the proper intake of water is very important. Around 2.5 to 3 liters of water is required for an average human being per day. In fact, both food and water, more than 2/3 part should be taken in the first half of the day, and 1/3, less than 1/3 in the later half. Here we will also talk about a few more things. One is how much water should be taken. See, there is a new water therapy introduced. No, it is not introduced. It was there, but it has now become popular in WhatsApp. And as you know, anything which comes on WhatsApp becomes a popular thing. So people often talk about it. अरे सुबह सुबह 3-4 गिलास पानी पी लो खाली पेट, सब ठीक हो जाएगा. But what if you have a kidney problem? If your creatinine and urea level is very high, if you are a kidney patient, your water intake is limited. So, I mean, everything has to be examined. Even intermittent fasting is useful, but in certain conditions, at a certain age, if you are diabetic and if you are fasting for 16 hours, it will lead to hypothyroidism. Your sugar level will go down. So that is not advisable. What is advisable for seniors is that they should take small portions of meals at regular intervals. And this interval depends on your metabolism and ability to digest the food. महर्षि चरक ने कुछ सिद्धांत बताए थे. उनका बहुत सिंपल सा ये कहना है कि आप अगला खाना तब तक ना खाएं जब तक पिछला नहीं पच जाए. Very nice. It takes about 3 to 4 hours for the food to be digested. And when your stomach is empty, the signal goes to the brain and it asks for the further intake. So that's the right time to eat something. When we are planning diet, we have to plan our daily activities in general. Why I'm saying so is because this depends on the type of job that you are in. Why most diet plans fail is because maybe you're traveling, you are eating out often, you have to attend meetings, late night parties, where you cannot avoid junk food, you cannot avoid alcohol, you cannot avoid oily and spicy food. We have to be practical and plan our day. I'm going to introduce you to the person who will plan your daily routine and diet plan. Every morning, you get up, look in the mirror, and you will meet this person. He is your friend, well-wisher, knows everything about you. And he'll be with you the whole day to guide you, to monitor you, to motivate you, and to push you forward. So you have to plan your own diet. You have to plan your own day. You know what job you're doing, how much time you can devote to various activities, and then you have to plan your diet. Maybe you have to carry your food with yourself with in a tiffin and take it where you are. But if you're at home most of the time, it will be easier for you to follow the diet. What should be taken and what should not be taken? Well, this is very common. You will find it everywhere, but still it's a part of the study today. So I'll tell you what should be eaten. We should eat mouth-watering food. Mouth-watering because it will generate saliva. See, our Rishi Munis used to sit and chant a few mantras before eating. This was just to give a small pause between, the food is served, you are smelling it, and it is before you. It is presented in a very decent form with garnishing and all. So then the food will attract you. Its flavor, its taste, all this will cause watering in your mouth. You will have excretion of saliva and a lot of lipase. That's going to help you. So that is scientific. I'll be whatever I'm telling you is all that which is scientifically proven. Nothing based on my experience or the WhatsApp Gyan. So you all know what to eat, what not to eat. Morning, yes, fruits, sprouts, salads. You should have some beans and nuts, preferably soaked, and have a bowl of salad before going for lunch. Eat comparatively heavy lunch, and then just take a few fruits in the afternoon. If you are in habit of taking tea, it should be without milk, preferably green tea or herbal tea, and then very light food in the evening. And that food should be semi-solid, easily digestible. Preferably take it at, say, about any time which is 4 hours before you go to bed, when you go to sleep, so that when you go for sleep, your food is completely digested. I will not go elaborate this topic because, as I have said, any diet which you follow should be approved by our physician and dietitian. Dietitian will tell you more about what to eat, when to eat, and I'm telling you the totality, the completeness, the importance of food. Now, one more thing, which is for the seniors. See, the body as we see it, it is a panch kosh sharir. When doctors and dietitians refer to body, their meaning is biological body, annamay kosh. But there are other levels of our existence. That is manomay kosh, pranamay kosh, vijnanamay kosh, and anandamay kosh. To understand it in simple languages, that we have various levels of existence. This body, without the pran, atma, and chetana, is nothing. It's just a machine. Who drives the machine? Our focus should also be on the pranic health and the spiritual health, the psychological health. That's what will make us cheerful, not only healthy, but also cheerful. So, for our pranic body, breathing is most important. See, breathing is the exercise of prana. And by doing um, pranayam, we are strengthening our vigor, vitality, which is called pran, and our consciousness, which is called chetana. And there are toxins deposited at every level. We have likes and dislikes. We have ego, anger, greed. Then we have certain preconceived notions in our body, in our mind. All these are sicknesses, illnesses. A healthy mind will not have all this. So we have to not only detoxify our body, but also the complete existence, which has many layers. So we don't only have to look outside, but also inside to have the blissful life. Now the idea is to it's always good to go for morning walk and do the exercises if you can. But supposing you have a cardiovascular problem, you can't do the cardio exercises, you can't run, then just walk or go to park and sit down and do some breathing exercises. The idea is to move your body and keep it active. See, what will happen is that when you are breathing fast, that is Vatsika or Kapalabhati, then you are not only breathing fast, but also you are generating heat and accelerating the pulse rate, which means the circulatory system is now more active, which means the repairs are now taking place, which means that the blood circulation is reaching the farthest points where it was not reaching earlier. There's some disturbance. Please mute yourself. So the idea is to increase the activity. बहुत से लोग बताएंगे आपको व्हाट्सएप पर, बहुत ज्ञान आता है, ताली बजाइए, डांस कीजिए, हाँ ठीक है. See, the idea is that you move your body whatever way you can, but that is not going to heal you. It is one of the things which can help you. See, in our ancient India, Rishi Munis have not only invented the yogas and asanas, but also pranayam, meditation, and sukshma kriyaye, the subtle movements. They have, you'll be very surprised to know that there is exercise for the face. You should, every morning, you should get up and do some exercise of the eyes. Look up, look down, sideways. Well, this needs another chapter, another session. But there are things which you can do just sitting in your chair, in a balcony, in a park. And all this will improve your reflexes. This will help you stop degeneration process. And if you do the face exercises as the Sukshma Kriyaye, then you will never have wrinkles. Your eyesight will improve. Your oral health will also improve. For instance, I'll just demonstrate a small exercise which you can do. Look up. Like a viper, you move your hands on your neck. This will stimulate the thyroid and many other glands. This will improve secretion of various hormones, which is very important at this age. See, I mentioned to you earlier that we'll be talking about the hormonal imbalances which take place at the older age. Now I'll talk about it. See, what happens is that at the age of 50, many hormonal imbalances take place, which are mostly related with the psychological state of mind. This is the time when your children grow up. This is the time when they are settling. This is the time when you are nearing your retirement. You have your own worries, your own um, ideas about the life as to how are you going to keep yourself occupied in times to come. And we often tend to blame the youth. In fact, we also are to be blamed. They have just begun their life. They have their struggle. They know the world better. Their outlook is modern and scientific. Yes, समय के साथ चलना नहीं, दौड़ना भी है. We can also be with the time. So the first message is that to be alert, active, and acceptable in the family and society, you have to be in touch with the time, in touch with the modern technology, and read quite a lot, understand the reason for generation gap, help the younger ones, spread your knowledge as far as possible, because at the senior age, as a senior, you are an asset for the society and the nation. You have acquired knowledge, experience, which may not be as up to date as that of the younger generation, but it is more rich. It has seen the times. You are conscious of the consequences. And if you are positive, you will have different secretions. We often have mood swing problem, depression. All this is related to the conscious and subconscious state of mind. The psychology is very important. हम क्या सोचते हैं, कैसे विचार रखते हैं, इसका हमारे स्वास्थ्य पे बहुत प्रभाव पड़ता है. And vice versa. So now it is time to touch upon the meditation part that we all can do. There is no physical restraint. We all have time. We all have place to sit and do the meditation. What will happen? See, scientists have proved that we are using less than 10% of the capacity of our brain. When we talk of the computers, we talk about terabytes, gigabytes. But our mind has much more than that. Its storage capacity, its processing capacity is tremendous. We have not used it. In fact, if one starts using all those faculties and the capacities of the mind, maybe explosion can take place. Because that energy, that kind of energy will generate, that it has to be properly channelized and controlled. And this is what meditation does. When we meditate, we are channelizing, concentrating, and redirecting our energy in constructive work. We are also doing inspection of our own self, of our own capacities, of our own strengths and weaknesses, where we have to work and improve upon them. So I feel that instead of just talking about the diet as a prescription, we have to look at the wholeness, integration. And today is the time of interdisciplinary approach. We must have knowledge as to what is prescribed and why. How is it going to help us? And I'm sure everybody wants to help himself. So when you are taking a balanced diet, also plan your day and incorporate the yogasan, pranayam, meditation, and these small activities which keep you active and energized throughout the day. We'll talk more about the integration part. When we talk of the modern science and the ancient knowledge of our Rishi Munis, we find something in common, that they are all directed at welfare. But that welfare can come from various directions. We often have a limited perspective. See, if there is a medical practitioner who is following allopathy, he will restrict his prescription to the allopathic medicines. Maybe some doctors often prescribe morning walk and exercise, physiotherapy, and other things, and fiber diet. But in fact, the totality is missing. There are certain, before that, I would also like to describe that there are two types of diseases. One is chronic, another one is acute. The acute diseases need immediate attention, which are best treated by the allopathy. Similarly, surgical processes are also performed mainly in allopathy. But if there are some chronic diseases like asthma, skin diseases, body pain, even homeopathy has good remedies for that. And as an alternative therapy or as a supportive therapy, naturopathy has also a very important role to play there, where the emphasis is more on avoiding chemicals and medicines and adopting natural processes. See, why do we need vitamin D3 if we have enough exposure to sun? Why do we need vitamin C as a supplement if we are taking citrus fruits? I mean, there is plenty of iron and calcium in banana and apple. You eat the avocado and pineapple. Pineapple is full of fiber. It helps in decreasing weight. So, in fact, these fruits and vegetables are having medicinal properties also. In fact, the Indian kitchen has full of medicines. In fact, jeera, dhania, saunf, ajwain, methi dana, they're all medicines. And when you study the medical properties of these beans and lentils, you'll find that they have tremendous effect on your digestion and detoxification. So, similarly, herbs, they have a vital role in your mental health, like ashwagandha, giloy, punarnava, gugul. These are the things which have been tested and tried by laboratories, and they have tremendous potential without any side effect. When we are taking medicines, it is very explicitly, clearly written that each medicine has certain side effects, and some of them have very serious side effects. If you are consuming painkillers regularly, you are bound to have damage somewhere. Either they will develop ulcer or kidney problem. So there's an equilibrium. You have to judge whether you need this medicine or you can do without it. It is always better to avoid ingestion of chemicals and medicines. Rather, the more natural your life is, the more healthy you will be. Ayurveda talks about three things: Vat, Pitta, Kapha. Any imbalance of these things will cause disease. Whereas in naturopathy, our body has food, water, air, fire, and Akash Tattva in it. Yes, you all know about the other elements. What is Akash Tattva? Akash means Shunya. Shunya means zero. Zero means absence. Yes. Absence of thoughts, absence of food. Okay. No, still not clear. Okay. In computers, most of the programming languages have only two signals: on, off, present, absent. And then everything is based on this. So why not keep off diet for a day? Well, of course, if your medical condition permits, but that will be something, very strict. We go by the simpler approach. So if you can, do the upvas. It will help, because when the process of ingestion stops, when the food is digested and your body has no more food, and when it knows that you are not going to take anything, then the process of repairs and excretion is accelerated. And that's what we want. We want that our body should be involved and engaged in the process of repairing itself and driving out the toxins which are not required. If you cannot do the upvas, you can do phalopavas, rasopavas, which means one day you just take fruits and vegetable, nothing else, raw food, uncooked. Or you just take fruit juices and nothing else. So at least 4 to 5 days in a month, if you if you restrict your diet, if you take as little as possible, your process of excretion will improve. And that is very important. We must not take the complex food. What is complex? बहुत ज़्यादा मिर्च, मसाला, तेल, and too much of processing. First boil, then fry, then cook, roast it. Add too many things. That will become complex. What is simple food? Raw food, raw vegetables. Well, there is a question here that vegetable and fruits everyone cannot afford. What we are talking about is local fruits, easily available, fresh, seasonal fruits, seasonal vegetables. So they are easily available. And don't keep them stored in refrigerator for long. Try to go and buy if you can, otherwise get them fresh every day. So they will have a different effect on your body. Want a proof? Okay, you do one thing. आप एक मूली खरीदिए, उसे 3 दिन रखिए और फिर खाइए. आपको बदहजमी, गैस, खट्टी डकार, एसिडिटी सब कुछ हो जाएगा. तो ये है बहुत जरूरी. The food should be fresh, warm. See, consuming cold drink after the food is very, very harmful. See, when the food gets into your system, the body warms it up because it has fat, it has proteins. They have to be broken down. They have to be melted. जठराग्नि जिसे हम कहते हैं, वो प्रज्वलित होती है. और अब आग पर ठंडा पानी डालोगे तो क्या होगा? So this is again very important, that the food that you eat should not be very warm, boiling hot tea. No, don't take it. Should not be very cold. It should be slightly warmer than the ambient temperature. And it should be fresh. It should be cooked by one of the family members with good intention. और जब खाओ तो उसे भगवान का प्रसाद समझ के खाओ. उसमें एक और तत्व मिल जाएगा जो न केवल आपके शरीर का फायदा करेगा बल्कि आपकी आत्मा का भी भला करेगा. I think I have covered most of the points which I wanted to cover. So with this, I would like the house to be open for questions if you have any. And I'll request the moderator to please join in and coordinate the further session. Yes, please. Mr. Raghupati.
Doctor, wonderful speech. I must really very happy to attend because I am just 80 plus. My wife is 75 around. And we are maintaining, of course, I have got some bypass in 2004 and all, but I am keeping good health. And as you said, morning walk, this and all, everything we are doing it. Food is also limited and all. But only problem is that fresh cooking and cooked food, The morning generally said to be the breakfast should be heavy, afternoon moderate, and
Lighter, yeah.
night should be very light.
Mhm.
But morning, what we try to do is we don't cook much in the kitchen. Go for the day, ready food type, like maybe idiyappam, the bread and other things. Okay, idli, dosa, and all. But idli dosa also we do only the batter which we buy outside and do it. But sometimes we go with that oats, cornflakes, and wheat flakes, muesli, noodles, and pasta and all. This is advised by dietitian to avoid. And for the morning food, go for the rice type of food, and the night wheat type of food will be good. But this can be taken somewhere in the evening, afternoon, and all, not for the breakfast. But my problem is only to go free easily to cook, because afternoon cook she can do it. There is no problem.
Yeah.
But only morning, which are the things which, because today it is a modern, this everything is fast. Even rice, lemon rice, and this and all mixing masala comes, we mix it and take it like that. So what can be avoided? Pasta, then this noodles and all to be avoided. That is what I have been told by dietitian. But oats, cornflakes, and muesli and all, probably evening.
They're all right.
Yeah, that is all.
Yeah, Mr. Raghupati.
That is how we are trying, and try to avoid the masalas and all, but try only this. Yeah, idli dosa we can take it in the morning.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that is what I want
Raghupati,
to do.
yeah.
Yeah, your speech is very good. I have taken. Only thing is we want to avoid as much as possible this ready food available, not cooked food. I mean, ready mixes which are available. Achi, masala, these, that, and all is coming. But how best we can avoid, we don't know, because age is a factor. We can't do everything at home. We avoid going to hotel, but best is ready type of some food like cornflakes and that and all. It helps us. They say to avoid, but we are going with that. But anyway, now I am keeping good and all. Your speech is very good. I really appreciate. And you said some mantra in the morning, then doing and all. It is all good, warm and all. But I doubt how the US people, after taking food, they always take cold water. When I go to the flight also, they give the cold ice water only. I don't know how far it is. They are probably accustomed to that. We are not accustomed.
No, this is marketing. This is purely marketing.
Yeah. So we are not adjusted. We are not definitely taking cold water at all. We take warm one.
Give me a minute.
Very nice.
Give me a minute. Yeah. See, Mr. Raghupati.
Yeah.
You are looking so cheerful and healthy.
Yeah.
That whatever you are eating is being digested properly.
Yes.
So, see, the thing is that, as I said, idli and vada and sambar, they are all good. This is a local food. This is a staple food, which you should take. I mean, that's what I said. That, once in a while, see, our diet, if you follow it for, say, in a week, if you are following it for 5 days, 2 days, you can relax it a little bit. Secondly, what I will advise you is that don't go for the bread, because bread, cake, and any bakery product is it contains maida, so that is a thing which should be avoided. And otherwise, you can go for these things which have been cornflakes, milk. All this is okay. And secondly, the most important thing is, if you are taking it regularly and if you are still keeping good health, then there's no problem. That's what I said. I mean, you have to evaluate for yourself.
Yeah. Fortunately, the bread has come now with the wheat bread, multi-corn bread.
No, this is all gimmick.
Grain.
No.
Oh.
It is simply color added to it. There's no multi-grain. See, a lot of marketing is taking place. We have to be alert.
Yes.
And yes, of course, cold drinks, they should be avoided. And most importantly, after the meals, it has become habit. And why it has been made a habit of poor Indians is also a big game. which we'll not discuss about.
Thank you.
Thank you.
डॉक्टर साहब, इट वाज अ वंडरफुल टॉक एक्चुअली, बहुत ही अच्छी लगा आपका जो है, इट कवर्ड सो आई थिंक ऑलमोस्ट एवरीथिंग. हम लोग जो है हेल्दी डाइट लेने की बहुत कोशिश करते हैं, पर थोड़ा स्वीट का हम लोगों को वो है आफ्टर मील्स जो है, उस स्वीट लेने का, जबकि मतलब मीठा कहते हैं कि शुगर शुड नॉट बी टेकन. सो
Yes. See, this is simple accounting. आप जितना खर्चते हैं उतना कमाना होगा, जितना कमाते हैं उतना खर्चना होगा. तो as I said, if you are following the diet plan for 5 days in a week, 2 days are excluded because either you are going out or you have to eat sweet or kachori or something like that, right? So as far as the sweets are concerned, आप डाइनिंग टेबल पे थोड़ा सा गुड़ रखिए. अब खाने के बाद छोटा सा गुड़ का यदि आप पीस लेते हैं तो इट विल बी गुड. वो आपके जो लार है, मतलब उसके साथ में सलाइवा बनेगा और वो आपके जब पेट में जाएगा तो वो आपके डाइजेशन को फायदा करेगा. और दूसरा कि वो इतना बुरा नहीं है जितना कि चीनी है. सी व्हाट इज मोर इम्पोर्टेंट इज, आप यदि मीठे के अंदर रसगुल्ला पसंद करते हैं, छेना पसंद करते हैं, संदेश पसंद करते हैं, तो वो सब चीज आप ले सकते हैं विद लेस ऑफ स्वीट और मे बी शुगर फ्री. तो बट इट्स क्वांटिटी शुड बी small, and then you have to compensate it either by reducing intake elsewhere or by doing some little more work and spending those calories.
we are into exercise and everything. I mean, daily is, and then अगर household work भी जो है वो maximum, I mean, I'm 72, so
okay,
yeah,
that's really nice. So but stay fit, stay cheerful, and you don't look 72, and you should not disclose your age. You're looking much younger. Anyone else?
हेलो.
Yes,
डॉक्टर साहब, मैं बात कर सकता हूँ?
please.
अच्छा, मेरा एक 4 महीने पहले ओपन हार्ट सर्जरी हुई है, वॉल रिप्लेसमेंट हुई है. तो अभी डॉक्टर ने डाइट जब प्रिफर किया तो बोला था कि ब्लड थिनिंग टैबलेट चालू है, तो उसके लिए आप रॉ वेजिटेबल खाइएगा नहीं, लाइक कैरेट है, मूला है और मेथी की भाजी है. तो ऐसे खाना अभी जरूरी नहीं है, उससे ब्लड
बिल्कुल जरूरी
इफेक्ट होता है?
एक्चुअली देखिए, मैं वही कह रहा था आपको कि जैसे मैंने बताया इंटरमिटेंट फास्टिंग और पानी पीना, ये सब जो चीजें ये ठीक है, ये दे आर गुड फॉर जनरल पीपल. बट इफ यू हैव सर्टेन स्पेसिफिक मेडिकल कंडीशंस लाइक यू हैव अंडरगॉन सर्जरी, तो आपको जो डॉक्टर ने बताया वो बिल्कुल ठीक है, क्योंकि अभी आपको यू आर अंडर रिपेयरिंग स्टेज और रिकवरिंग स्टेज. सो देयर the specific diet which he has advised you is the best.
Okay.
So you have to be careful about that.
Now, what
similarly, you see, those who are having gallstones or kidney stones, they should also avoid certain things. So that's a subject which you can refer to the dietitian or the physician. But in different medical conditions, the diet is different. That's why there is no ready-made solution for this. It has to be tailor-made.
Yeah.
Right.
So which are the beneficial food items you would advise, sir?
You should take lean protein and the micronutrients. You should take the antioxidants and
nuts will be useful. Nuts,
well, that depends on your lipid profile.
Okay.
Well, cholesterol is not always bad, but since, as you said, you have undergone valve replacement and not bypass.
Right.
Okay. So this is a different condition. And
Yeah.
In any case, your body cannot digest the complex food and fats so effectively. So even if you're taking nuts, they should be soaked and in a little quantity.
Okay,
Avoid
okay.
cashew. Pista is good.
Uh-huh.
Raisin is good. You
Yes.
can take walnuts,
Yes. Mm.
but 1 or 2 pieces of walnut soaked overnight.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
तो जैसे आपने अभी थोड़ा फास्टिंग भी सजेस्ट किया, तो फास्टिंग कर सकते हैं बीच बीच में कि नहीं?
अभी नहीं करें.
अभी नहीं. या
अभी नहीं करें. अभी आप जब तक आपको मेडिकल फॉलोअप चल रहा है,
यस,
और आप रिकवरिंग स्टेज में हैं, you will need a green signal from the doctor that
Okay.
yes, now you are absolutely fine. Then only you can resume your normal diet.
एंड लाइट एक्सरसाइज कर सकते हैं, लाइक फिजिकल ट्रेनिंग व्हिच वी स्टडीड इन स्कूल.
See, like I'll tell you one thing. There are easier ways of doing it without stressing yourself. Like,
Yeah.
this is one thing which they suggest. Don't do this. What you have to do is,
Yeah.
simply rotate your shoulders. Simply
Yeah.
do this. Twist a little bit. Very light exercise. I mean, it should not be called exercise. Do some physical activity. Like if you're in the park, you can, do actions like as if you're dancing, and just flow with the music, or flow with the mood. So that will accelerate the blood circulation. But here we have to be careful because the valve has undergone surgery, and unless it's properly set, we can't take risk.
Yeah.
Hope this will satisfy your query.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thanks for being a patient listener. I would like to say goodbye to all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.